How to gland an SWA. Let's get stuck into it. First step, pick your point of entry, whether you drill the hole or drill it later. Next up, we're going to use a cable tie to mark exactly where we're going to make the first cut on the SWA. So we just dangle it down, and that's where the cable's going to land. And then the bottom of the zip tie is where we're going to make our first mark. Once that's done, we're going to then make another mark on the top of our gland where our armorings are going to sit, and then we're going to put some tape around it and make sure we write on it where we're going to cut it. Next up is the shroud. Put it over the end of the cable, and where you can see it making a mark on the shroud, cut slightly above it and try and get a nice even cut all the way round. You want your shroud to be difficult to get on and tight, so the best way, put it on backwards first, and that should be a bit difficult to get on, and then spin it around and put it on the correct way. Again, it will be fiddly, but be persistent with it. The aim of this is for the shroud to stay up on the cable on its own without falling down. And then get your top hat on, and obviously that's going to start falling on you. So a great little tip is get a zip tie there to hold it. Now on to scoring the armor in. So go around it with a hacksaw and try and get an even score all the way around and about halfway through the armor ends. Now, next up is to get the sheathing off the armored. Depending on the armored, this can sometimes be a nightmare. Luckily with this one, it was quite soft, so with a sharp blade, it came off quite nicely. Now that we got all the armorings exposed and all the sheathing off, we are now going to take our time breaking all the armorings off where we've cut them. I like to do one or two at a time, but no more than that, as you can mess up your gland and make it difficult to get your top hat on. And once you've done this, and as long as you didn't get any dodgy ones, you should have a nice clean cut all the way around with all the armorings still in place. Then we're going to mark about 20 mil up, and we're going to get our knife and take that bit of sheathing off as well to expose armorings once more. Then onto another little tricky bit, depending on the size of the cable. The bigger the cables, you're gonna have to peel out the armorings and lift them off the cable with your fingers or a tool. With the smaller cables, you can just do it with the cable inside. Once all the armorings are off the cable, like you can see in the video, we are ready to get the gland on. So we slide up the next part of the gland and get our top hat down. But as you can see with all these armorings, they're sitting very flush all the way around and very even. And that's what you're looking for. Now, the top hat should go on very smoothly if you've done your cuts right. Now it's time to get your grips and get tightening. And you might ask, how tight have I got to do it? Tight. As tight as you can. It needs to be solid. You don't want a loose gland. And that is a job's done. If you enjoyed this, hit that like and follow button. I'll see you in the next one.